friends, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about the 3 books that I read in May. So the first 2 books that I read in May were Throne of Glass. So let's just start there. I have recently thrown myself into the Throne of Glass universe. So I'm reading in publishing order. That means that I'm going Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Assassin's Blade, and then carrying on with the rest. So the first book that I read was Crown of Midnight. I absolutely loved this book. There's something that I really enjoyed about reading this series is being back in Sarah J Maas's writing. I've absolutely loved being back there. Don't get me wrong, it is very typical of a Sarah J Maas book. I think whatever formula she uses for every book, and it does kind of start off a little bit slower, and then the end, you've got like emotional whiplash because so much is happening and you don't know what to do. And this was definitely this book. Selena really goes through a journey in this book, I would say more than what she has in the first one. In Throne of Glass, you're kind of discovering who she is and like why she does things and how she reacts to certain things and like how she feels about herself. And in this book it really seems like she's kind of like stepping into like this new role, and she's like officially the king's champion, and she's like, I'm gonna do it my way, like take a flying fuck to yourself, king. And she just like, I loved it. I really loved it. I won't talk about the whole KO thing. I don't know if that's why people don't really like him, or like people have an issue with him, is because of what happens with him and Nehemia and all that kind of jazz. But to me it was just like a dumb guy being a dumb guy. No bristles, like that was the kind of vibe that it got. Especially after everything. He just like forgot that tiny little piece of information. Anyway, I loved it. I really loved it. The twists, the turns, I was on the edge of my seat. Like towards the end I was literally like like, as you can see I've tabbed loads of loads of things in here. I think I went through like three pack things, like 3 lots of these. So good at sticking in there. But yeah, I really loved this. So good. It was a 4-star for me. Loved it. So excited to carry on with the next book in the series. I couldn't wait to pick up Assassin's Blade after finishing this. I was like, I want to read this and get Assassin's Blade done. I need it done because I need to know what is going to happen in Heir of Fire. And yeah, let's move on to Assassin's Blade. A shock to no one, Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas. I enjoyed this. I didn't enjoy it as much as Crown of Midnight, and I know that there's a lot of foreshadowing in here. There's a lot of characters that are probably going to come back. There's probably a lot of things that happen that you're like, that doesn't really seem that fucking relevant, and then it's going to come back in a big way. So I know that this is important, and I'm glad that I read it, and I'm glad that I got to see the beginnings of her relationship with Sam and like where they got to, watching them start to trust each other. And I mean, obviously, like we know from the first Throne of Glass book like what happens to Sam. That didn't mean that it was any less sad for me. Like I literally know what was gonna happen, and I was still like, why is this happening to me? But I really liked it. Again, tabbed loads in it too, because I still enjoyed it, even though I had some gripes with some of the stories. The Red Desert story was my favourite by far. The whole storyline with Ansel, I was not expecting it. The other stories, honestly, I could have taken or left. And other than her, like seeing her relationship with Sam, I wasn't that hooked to the other stories. But as I say, I know that they're going to be important down the line, so there was no way that I wasn't going to read this. So this was a 3-star for me. Not, as I say, I didn't enjoy it as much as Crown of Midnight. It didn't feel like a 4-star for me. But to me, I still think that a 3-star rating is a decent rating. It's better than half. I enjoyed this. I would definitely recommend, if you're going to read the series, that wherever you decide to read Assassin's Blade, you should read it. For me personally, I think if I'd read this first, I don't know if I would have carried on reading the series, or it might have taken me a long time to get back to the series, because this is what happened with me with Court of Thorn and this is what happened with me with a Court. Why can't I speak? This is what happened to me with A Court of Thorns and Roses. I read the first book and I didn't read Mist and Fury until like a year and a half later, because I liked Thorns and Roses and I was like, yeah, sure, but I just wasn't, until Mist and Fury happened and there was like something I could really get my teeth into. I was just like, yeah, sure, cute, Fury book, whatever. This is kind of, I feel like, how I would have felt with this book. But absolutely 110% glad that I did read this. Just saying. Moving on to the next book, the third and final book. I feel like this is going to be the shortest video ever. Moving on to the last one is Release in 10 by Chloe Walsh. As you probably know, if you've been to my channel before, I have a reading vlog of reading the full series of Boys of Tommen, and I love this series. It is so sad. Oh my god, I didn't think that after reading Saving and Redeeming 6 that it could get sadder. And then I read Taming 7 and I was like, holy fuck, this is sad. And then I read this and I needed to stare at the wall for at least 24 hours before I could even talk about it again. There is a reading vlog up of this also. So every book that you've seen here, there's a reading vlog for. Just like promote my channel a little bit. I would definitely say if you're gonna read any of the Boys of Tommen books, not just this one, any of the books, every single book deals with a difficult subject. I don't know how else to say it other than difficult, because all of the books deal with something difficult in a very upsetting and harrowing way. And that's a quote from in here. Some scenes in this book may be extremely upsetting. Please be aware this story tackles incredibly harrowing topics. So please heed her warnings with any of the Boys of Tommen books. That being said, this was a 5-star. I can't say that I necessarily enjoyed it. I was happy to be back with Chloe Walsh's writing. I'm more than happy to be back with the gang from Tommen. It definitely felt like I was some sort of older sibling that just wanted to pick them all up and just, it's fine, you can come and live with me. That's how I felt for most of the book. Wow. Goddamn. I don't know, honestly know what else to say about it, because it was just, it wasn't like anything that I've ever read. Anyway, 5 stars. So we have, put them in order for their star ratings. We have a 3, a 4 and a 5-star for this month. Obviously we are now into June, so I'm going to show you some of the books that I probably won't read this month. I'd love to say I would read them, but I probably won't. Okay, so I read 3 books last month, and here are 4 physical books and 2 Kindle books that I am attempting to read this month. Let's start with the physicals. So first we have The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Loads of lit girlies say that they love this book, and I did start it. I can't remember where I got to, but I did start it, and I ended up starting something else because I couldn't fully sink my teeth into it. I think I just need to be in the right headspace, and I feel like this month might be it. So if you haven't heard of The Secret History before, this is what it says on the back. Under the influence of their charismatic classics professor, a group of clever, eccentric misfits at an elite New England college discover a way of thinking and living that is a world away from the humdrum existence of their contemporaries. But when they go beyond the boundaries of normal morality, their lives are changed profoundly and forever. And then there's some reviews on the back, and on the inside, something I enjoy about this book. Look at the flop on that. Love that. I don't know what's happened here and why the book is like that. But I've not done anything to it, or like, because the top's not like that. It must have been like that when I bought it. The Secret Tart. That's me. We have the Crimson Moth. So as far as I'm aware, this has a different name in the US. Is it Heartless Hunter? It is in the US, but it is by Kristen Ciccarelli. I'm not good with Italian names. Is that Italian? The Crimson Moth. The only thing more treacherous than being a witch is falling in love. A hunted witch. The revolution reigns. The witches who once ruled are hidden and hunted. Rune is one of them. A socialite by day, she is the Crimson Moth by night. A vigilante bent on saving her own. Her next rescue demands she court Gideon Sharp, a notorious witch hunter and an unforgiving revolutionary. A witch hunter. Gideon will pursue the Crimson Moth to the ends of the earth, and her trail leads him to Rune. But beneath her facade might be his match, except what if she is the very villain he's been hunting? So I think that sounds really good, and I'm hoping to buddy read this with my best friend. Then, to switch things up a little bit, we have The Plea by Steve Kavanagh. I got this in my last ever 3 for 6 deal. A moment of silence for the 3 for 6 deal. Because it's now 3 for $7.50. I was trying to buy the last 2 Elsie Silver books, and speak of the devil, look at my little Theo Silva bookmark. How cute is that? That was already in there, just ready for me to read him. When a major client of a corrupt New York law firm is arrested for murder, the FBI ask con artist turned lawyer Eddie Flynn to persuade him to testify against the firm. Eddie is not someone who is easily coerced, but when the FBI reveal that they have incriminating files on his wife, he knows he has no choice. But Eddie is convinced the man is innocent, despite the overwhelming evidence to the contrary. With the FBI putting pressure on him to secure the deal, Eddie must find a way to prove his client's innocence. But the stakes are high, his wife is in danger, and not just from the FBI. Dun dun dun! So I'm very excited to read this. I think it'll be like such a fun quick read. And then the last but not least, obviously, we have Heir of Fire by Sarah J Maas. Selena Sardothian has survived deadly contests and shattering heartbreak, but now she must travel to a new land to confront her darkest truth. The truth that could change her life and her future forever. Meanwhile, monstrous forces are gathering on the horizon, intent on enslaving her world. To defeat them, Selena will need the strength not only to fight the evil that is about to be unleashed, but also to harness her inner demons. If she's to win this battle, she must find the courage to face her destiny and burn brighter than ever before. How many pages is that? 562, so we've taken a little jump from the last couple of books, because they're only sort of 400 odd. I feel like this is where the length is going to start ramping up, isn't it? So we also have Heir of Fire. So these 4 here are ones that are on the list. And then I also have Direbound by Sable Sorensen and Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings on my Kindle to read, and I would really like to read those this month as well. Whether I will get all of these read is something to be seen, because I feel like releasing 10 might have put me in a bit of a slump, but we're gonna try. We're just gonna see what we feel, how we feel. I've had a little palate cleanser, so I might go back to this. Oh my god, I keep getting pains when I breathe. Do I have pleurisy or something? Is that what that is? I'm really looking forward to my reading this month. I really want to get back on track with it. I've actually been really stressed. Just to be like super transparent and like super relatable. I've been really stressed. I've been dealing with a lot when it comes to my work and my business. I've been having trouble with a company, and there just seems to be no end in sight. There's a lot of back and forward. Nobody really seems to be helping, and it's been a really stressful time over the last year, and everything's just kind of come to a head in the last month. So that's why I didn't really read that much this month, because my brain has been otherwise occupied. I'm hoping that we're going to have a resolution soon and everything is going to be okay again. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Who knows? But basically, what I'm trying to say is everybody has months where their brain is otherwise occupied. Please don't let people online make you feel bad about not reading that much. There's a lot of girls who read like I normally read like 10 plus books. I have my own business. I pick my own hours. Well, kind of pick my own hours. And like I don't have kids. So I have a lot of spare time to read if I want to. And most of the time I do want to. I don't have to, you know, pick up kids from school. I don't have to do like full bedtime routines, nothing like that. I can literally come home from work, read for hours solid until I need to eat or like I have to go and do something else. Don't make yourself feel bad, because I've seen a few people say that like, oh, I wish that I could read that many books in a month and I just don't have time. Like, that's fine. These like reading wrap-ups aren't there to make you feel bad about yourself, and please don't take it that way if you're watching other people's reading wrap-ups. But anyways, my camera's gonna run out of battery. If you've never been here before, my name is Abigail and I post book content, and I try and upload on a Sunday and a Wednesday. Sometimes you don't get both, sometimes you just get either one or the other, depending on how much I've read or how much I can be bothered to upload, if I have the brain space or the time to upload. But I try and do 2 a week, at least one. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Probably with a reading vlog of one of these. Okay, love you, bye!